Hello and welcome to Queendom TV. Today I'm going to be talking about another witch of Hollyweird, none other than Queen of the Beehive, Queen Bee herself, Beyonce. And just before I get into this video, this is a series I'm doing on my channel, or just like an ongoing thing I'm doing, exposing some people who I think display big witch behavior in the entertainment industry, and also obviously Hollywood/Hollyweird as we call it on this channel. And I'm speaking up about it because I think it's important to look at all of these things that we expose from all angles. So today we're going to be getting into Beyonce. If you do like this video, please subscribe. Please also let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below on what I'm talking about, your thoughts on Beyonce. And like the video. I know that a lot of people are big Beyonce fans, and so a lot of people are going to be super offended by this video, but I'm making it anyway. So for those of you who would enjoy it, so thank you so much if you do enjoy it. And now I'm gonna get right to it. So the reason why I wanted to make this video, and I was probably gonna, and the funny thing is, this witches in Hollyweird like kind of thing I'm doing on here, it was actually gonna, initially I was gonna do like a series where I was gonna say like people who have the devil on speed dial, which is actually really funny. And I really thought that I would put Beyonce into this category. Now the reason why I say that is, first things first, the thing that I don't like about her in general, and actually before I say anything, I just like to go ahead and mention and just make very clear that I think she is wildly, massively talented. I think she is an incredible dancer, incredible singer, and just to put that out there, it's not a hate against anybody's talent. When I'm talking against people, I'm not talking against their talent, because a lot of these people are really very genuinely talented or skilled or intelligent. So it's not against their talents or anything like that. It's not a personal attack so much at their at that. It's more about what their influence. I'm more discussing their influence on the world, and that's where I'm coming from when I'm talking about them being witches. So I'm just looking at my notes here that I've got written down. Now with Beyonce, she was somebody that, you know, okay, over the years she was all right. I was never a big fan. Again, a lot of people who turned out to be extremely dodgy, I was never a big fan of in the beginning. So I think that was the Lord's letting me know, but the problem that I have with her is that the way that she's happy to have people that worship her so deeply. Like for me, I think, and I talked about in one of my videos, the problem with worshipping celebrities is, at the end of the day, celebrities are just human beings, and I think there's a responsibility when you have a platform, when you have people who you influence, to make sure that you don't that I feel there's a responsibility. You don't have to use it, but I think as a person who wants to take accountability for your own life, you should take responsibility for the fact that people are going to look at your content and everything, and they're going to kind of they might have a tendency to worship you in that way. And I think that's something that we have to move away from, you know, and that's why I talk even a lot on my channel. I try to talk a lot about, you know, just being a human being, and how we're all just human beings. And even me being here making my videos is not me being above anybody or better than everybody. It's just us all sharing, and I've just decided to share my thoughts and my views through me making them into videos, and then it gives me an opportunity to talk to other people who may have similar or different even beliefs, which is really cool. Now, so that's really where one of the big issues that I have with her, and the fact that, you know, a lot of what she does, a lot of the monetizability of her and also other people, is costing fans a lot of money. Like, it's now going to like a Beyonce concert, I can't remember how much it is now, but I know hers are one of the most expensive to even get tickets for, and things like that. I just don't see how that's productive or helpful or even loving or caring towards people who definitely don't live a lifestyle similar to yours. And I think a lot of people are going out of their way to spend the very little money that they have to pay for these big things that celebrities are doing. Obviously, that's completely by their choice. Now, the other thing that I wanted to discuss about that is about her, and that's just on the basis level of her and her responsibility to people, and how I just wouldn't conduct myself the way that she has personally, you know. But on another note, an interesting thing on the subject of witch, and why it was funny that even before I had found this out, I was already calling her a witch, is that actually her former drummer actually accused Beyonce of being a witch so far, and she went as far as actually to ask for a restraining order against Beyonce, and claimed she accused Beyonce of casting spells on her finances, to tap her phone, to kill her kitten, and she even says she casted sexual spells of molestation. Now, the restraining orders and everything weren't able to go through in court, and I think it's because when it comes to spiritual things, it can be very hard to gain justice when there's an injustice on a spiritual level, because people see spiritual things as beliefs. They don't see them as real things. I personally see spirituality as a real thing. I see the spiritual world as a real thing. And I think even just in the more and more that I look into Hollyweird, the more and more we can see, you know, which part of the spiritual world is having a heavy hand in a lot of things that goes on in Hollyweird, right? But it's interesting that the drummer said this, and it's interesting that the drummer felt this way. And I think the fact that people say stuff like that, these are the types of things I feel we do need to be paying more attention to and be understanding, because this is genuinely what people are going through ultimately, and what people are saying. And I mean, even like what we had with the Free Britney movement, where obviously a lot of people in the Free Britney movement were at the beginning weren't really believing her, believing things that other people were saying, but it turns out in the end that, well, looks like what was being said was true, wasn't it? So I think there's something to be said for you know, addressing those types of things, and not just overlooking the things that people say. The other thing is obviously Sasha Fierce, which a lot of people have contemplated in the spiritual world, in the world of conspiracy theories, that is kind of her what do you call it? Oh, I forgot the word for it. Alter ego. I'm wondering if that is her like assigned demon, in the same way that, you know, God assigns angels and people, and those angels have names. I think, you know, the devil assigns his demons, and those demons have names. She very much talked about how she pulls on another whole persona. Sounds a lot like demon possession, if you ask me. So that is just another dodgy thing. And then obviously her affiliations with the Illuminati and the Freemasons, between her and Jay-Z, and just their relationship. I talked about their relationship actually in my video where I talked about the problem with worshipping celebrities, and how I feel like a lot of the negative things about them they've monetized. I also discussed how Beyonce was is the one who is the label, I think it's her label that's supporting Chloe Bailey, who went from a vegan Jesus freak to sex symbol basically in one Busset challenge. You know, all of these little things for me, the fact that, you know, Beyonce was kind of the one who referenced OnlyFans, and now all of a sudden everybody's selling their sex online. All of these things give me the idea that she's a very highly influential person who is more than happy to profit off of people for whatever sick and twisted things that she's got going on behind closed doors. And I think that for me is what's concerning about it, and why I'm not really a big supporter. And also just the fact that a lot of her music, if you look at the crux of it, you know, she's very much glorifying herself as this kind of like leadership, influential kind of figure. This just doesn't sit right with me. I guess all I'm saying here is it just doesn't sit right with me. And I feel like you know, the people that we allow to influence, I mean, the way that people support her and the way the Beehive goes hard, even with Ivy Park was supposed to be, there are a lot of alleged claims that, you know, that there were people actually working in sweatshops creating that brand. And so again, you know, and again, this is something that was known, a lot of people have spoken about, but not really many people are doing anything about. Why? Because it's Beyonce and probably nobody wants to upset her. And I guess the final thing that I would have liked to say about Beyonce is just the fact that, you know, her and her dad and how she came to fame. It's interesting how obviously she started as part of the group, but one thing that was a very interesting fact that I discovered is that obviously her dad was the one who was kind of orchestrating a lot of Destiny's Child. He was also the one who kind of focused on her calling herself Beyonce and getting the likes of Kelly and Michelle to change their names from their actual names, because they actually have non-English other names as well, funnily enough. And he thought Beyonce would be the one to be Beyonce and have that one name. It's almost like he was even cultivating her from then, just to be this one particular idol, individual, unique, that thing that nobody else was. And so, yeah, just a really interesting concept there. I probably will do many more videos on Beyonce. I just wanted to introduce why I think that I do feel like she's one of the witches in Hollyweird. She's extremely powerful. If she decided one day to say something, and she'd say, all of my fans, we're going to do this now because I said so, because I'm Beyonce, she would have a big amount of power in doing something like that. And we've got to be aware of that. When we're supporting people, we're giving them power over the way that we think and the things that we do, the way that we spend our money, the way that we live our lives. And we just better make sure that we're not being led astray And unfortunately, a lot of these people in Hollyweird, a lot of these witches in Hollyweird are capitalizing off of the fact that they know they have the power to lead you astray. So you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you would like to see more of my content, and check out the other videos in the Witches of Hollyweird playlist. Also, like the video if you did like it. Other than that, God bless you all, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye.